Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers struggled a week ago, falling back to 500 on the season. But today they'll have a chance to correct that. It's the Celtic Tigers going up against the Packers. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
Larry, from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Dublin Celtic Tigers and the Green Bay Packers. On the return, here's Dre Archer. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And he motions the wide receiver. And they'll run it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Here's the offensive unit coming out onto the field in just a moment. Randall Cobb, very good at wideout.
Went to college to be a quarterback. Discovered his talents couldn't be limited to one position. He's a 1,000-yard receiver.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Surveying the field. Gets it to Gordon. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down. And give him 15 more, and it's another first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The first carry for the rookie Procise. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. A second down carry for Prosise. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Play clock winding down. Wilson going to hand it to Prosise. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball. They've got to run it every so often, and for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6. They'll need to get the play off quickly. On third down, Wilson. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Kenny Clark in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So on 4th down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
You know, times have changed, right? The old-school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
As we get a look at the defensive starters, the secondary, they're certainly going to need to be on their toes in this one.
And you know me really well. Where do I start analyzing a game? From the secondary. And these guys have to be on point today. They're facing a high-powered attack.
Rodgers will try again on second down. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's brought down after a good gain. Roughing the pass here, but Charles, that's a good call. But these days, you know, quarterbacks, they're very protective.
We know how protected they are, and if it's anything borderline, they're going to get the call. But as a defender, that's hard to swallow sometimes because there's so many of these bang-bang plays.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out here in the I. They'll send the tight end in motion. Rodgers going to give to Lacy on the draw. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. In motion goes the tight end. Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the Steel Curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Now it's Rodgers. He'll set up the screen to Lacy. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. And he'll bang that one through. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away. Room here to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that'll be good enough for the first.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On first first down, Prosise. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
It's caught. Lockett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Wilson turns and gives to Prosise. And he is going to lose yardage here.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. The play clock's running down. Now Wilson throwing the slant pattern here, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller, because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slant. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. In motion, the tight end. Back near the goal line. Here's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They come up in an offset eye. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Reset, check, easy.
Shift together here from the D-line. Rodgers now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. Now 4th down.
Every time I see a hitch pattern dropped, I go back to the combine because there's a drill that they use all the time that's called the gauntlet drill, where a receiver catches the ball and just works his way straight down the line and catches it from different sides. And the problem with that drill is that you don't actually have to secure the catch. You just kind of catch it, drop it immediately, and keep moving. And sometimes that shows up on plays like this.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Here's Archer. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That's complete. It's Gordon. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And they'll get 19 yards there. And the Packers are going to have a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted them to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
26. Check. 18. Check.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So now a 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Now Rodgers. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
On 1st down, Wilson. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
They'll throw on 1st, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Kenny Clark in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. On 2nd down, Wilson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. 3rd down here.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
first kick 47. This one looks good as well. Taken in at the 22. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers add on to their lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they will start out in great shape up very close to midfield. And here now the offense heading back out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll put two receivers left, two to the right. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half two. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 3 yards to go here on second down. Right back to Prosise. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Third and 2, now Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Second and 10 now, Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll pitch out to Prosise. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Again they run. Again it's Prosise. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So Wilson will head to the sideline, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And this has no chance. It's no good, well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Really focused on it.
They'll come out in the pistol. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll give it to him right up the gut, bringing up 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
It'll go as a gain of 12. That is good enough for a 1st down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Fresh set of downs here. They'll run with Procise. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
They'll try and run down here with Procise. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
This will be caught at the 2. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, But I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on. They've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
On first down, Rodgers.
We're trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And on 2nd and 10 now. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Throwing now is Rodgers. Going up top. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
So 2nd and 10 here. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Easy. 319.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kevin Pierre-Louis leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And that is incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On second down, Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Now the Packers get set to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Five yards left for the offense. It's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loaded in the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Two receivers left, one to the right. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Gets it to Gordon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Gordon, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. They come out here in the I. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Finding time. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on Wilson. Hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. And it's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated because, open air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Green Bay, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Dublin, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.